I studied industrial design engineering in Technical University of Delft. Actually, all of us did. So the 5 founders of this company all studied the same study. Our vision, or our sole goal is to make stuff that actually changes the world for the good, for the better. And yeah, we try to don't talk about it that much, but do. That's the most important thing. If we think of something, then we make it, and then we change it, make a new, better version. That's how we evolve the company. It's really practical, yeah. We only started doing business plans and all that stuff recently, so yeah. We started from the passion first, and then afterwards comes the whole business. What's really important for our work is that we don't want to just make a product. It's the whole process. It's including the business side of things. So we don't stop at, you know, the outside of something. Or we actually enter a business or make or create a business around an idea. We want to change the world, basically. We want to make it better, because I think we, as engineers, we have a responsibility, but also we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of knowledge and ways to make something. We don't want to use it for the next coffee machine. We want to use it for actual problems, or like open source learning, to energy problems, to water supplies, to food. We, as a company, for instance, we all get the same wages. It doesn't matter if you're CEO or the one that picks up the phone. So we all work from the passion and not for the money itself. The goal of those projects is actually to make, to turn something that's good for the world into an actual business. So in terms of plastic waste, there's really a lot of plastic waste. Plastic ends up in incinerations, in landfills, but also in the ocean, and it ends up in animals, which we eat. It actually goes into muscle tissue, and it's getting worse and worse. So we just want to do something about that problem, and that's basically the reason why we exist. We make it about recycling, and to make it about sustainability, circular economy, and that's the thing that we really try to incorporate in everything that we do. So we mostly start out working together with companies under their CSR budget, so it's corporate social responsibility. But we try to use that budget and to make a real project about it, around it, and after that comes the business. We start off basically as a secret kind of let's do something fun, but then we try to use that and make a big impact. Yeah, so we have different kinds of projects. First of all, we are looking at the Western world, or the Western society that we're living here. But we also look at the developing world, so Africa, India, you name it. What we're doing for the Western society, or the more advanced societies, because 3D printing is going in really rapid growth as well. So we took a look at 3D printing and said, let's make 3D printing a sustainable process. Yeah, what we do with the Perpetual Plastic Project, that's on a small scale. We do that the same basic principle, but on a large scale. What we try to do is gather, recycle plastic and make it the same quality as the standard. And this is old car dashboards. It's the basic resource for a printer, and you can make anything out of that you want. and we work together with big partners to produce this. We actually don't really do it ourselves, but we hold the idea and the concept, and we sell it to web shops in all over the world. Yeah. 3D printing is a really complex technology, kind of, especially if you don't really have that much education. So in Africa, for instance, they don't really teach engineering, or well, if you at high school you're lucky, you know. So what we try to do is to adapt recycling technology to make it fit locally to educational levels, but also to entrepreneurship, because in Africa or anywhere basically, it's not about the recycling, it's about the money. Yeah. So people will need to make money from to make a living basically. Mm-hmm. So what we try to do is use that principle, make machinery that can use input material as recycling or waste or whatever, and turn that waste into valuable products. And one of the things that we can make is, for instance, rope out of PET, PET bottles, but you can also melt it and turn it into big plates like this. You can also cast it in some way, make cups or cutlery, and you can make a lot of products out of plastic waste, but people don't really know it because nowadays they mostly just gather all the waste and put a fire in it, and then it just goes up in the air. But it's actually a really valuable resource material to make new products, and that's what we're trying to teach. No, exactly, yeah. We try to make machinery that's really adaptable and easy to use and low maintenance and understandable. You take the high principles out of industrial machinery that we build here in the West, but we simplify those technologies and yeah, put it in as a business in a box basically, and sell that to Africans who can make money out of the machinery. Yeah, we just made a really simple machine, little machine that cuts the bottle in such a way that it makes this rope, and then yeah, we make high quality rope out of that one. So you can make like 20 or 30 meters of rope out of one PET bottle. Yeah. And this tile is probably, yeah, I don't know, 40 or 10 to 20 bottles. People don't really know that you can do so much with waste, and that it still has that much quality, you know. Because here in the West we're really looking to get the best and the maximum, and you know, all the specs, but over in many places in the world it's not necessary, and it's hard to get resource material in those countries. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of waste, so why not use the waste as a base material for a product? Yeah. And much of it is our waste, that's really right. We're trying to close the gap here in the West so that no waste is going out. Mm-hmm. And at the same time we're trying to create ways that use waste as a resource material in developing countries. But the basic principle always is that you can make a business out of the things that we sell the people, basically. Because it's about them, it's not about us. And we just love to design innovative ways. And we want to do that for the rest of our lives. But yeah, we really try to incorporate entrepreneurship, local values, local culture, and so we work closely together with the people themselves. Yeah, yeah. It's about the people.